I haven't made a video in a long time, so I chose to make this by the ocean. I live by the ocean. It's very peaceful for me, especially since I lost both of my parents. But I had a dream that my father said to me a long time, and it made kind of sense to me. I love this. The energy here is so wonderful. You see nothing but positive energy, so that's why I came out here to make this video. Because I really don't make videos, but sometimes when my father talks to me in spirit, I listen. And he always tell me one important thing. He said, baby, you move to an area where there's water. There's power in water. He said, water has memory. And because we're made of 90% water, water talks to us. So when I come out here sometimes, I listen to the ocean. And the fact I lost both of my parents, the ocean speaks to me. And one thing my father told me is that we are energetic beings. We come from water. We come from a substance that is not even describable by man. He always told me that your thoughts are so powerful and that when you walk past somebody, you exchange energy every single day, unconsciously and subconsciously. Unconsciously, when you walk past someone, you exchange that energy with them, and sometimes it throws your vibe off. But I notice every time I walk past somebody, I always show gratitude. I always smile, even though I don't know that person. My daddy said, always smile, because you always want to stay in a high vibrational energy. And what he used to tell me is you always want to stay on your chakras. You always keep your chakras in balance. He said your chakras is your energy portal. He said you have 7 chakras, and each chakra is in relationship to a part of your organs in your body. He said you have to balance it. I used to be in love with money. At least I thought I was in love with money. But it wasn't that I was in love with money. I was in love with numbers. And he said, you love numbers, and numbers understand you. And the whole universe vibrates off of numbers and frequencies and vibration. He said, everything you manifest in life, you speak it into existence. He said, you, your God, and your devil at the same time. He said, every time you walk past somebody, you exchange energy, whether you like it or not. He said, whether you believe it exists or not, the universe doesn't care. The universe is going to give you whatever you ask of it. If you vibrate low, you will get low vibrational manifestation. If you vibrate high, you will get high vibrational manifestation. The universe is very fair. He said that door and that pendulum swing both ways. It doesn't care if you exist. It doesn't care if you don't believe it exists. He said either you vibrate at that frequency or you're not. It's going to exist whether you believe it exists or not. He said if you want to feel the vibration of the energy in the universe, then you need to vibrate high. Because the universe is only going to give you what it asks. It's a genie in a bottle. He said you are your devil and your God at the same time. My father was not a religious person. He was a spiritual person. My mother was very religious. Very, very, very religious. So I battle between religion and spirituality. Like my daddy said, there is a difference. Whether you believe it or not, there's a difference. He said there are universal laws and there are man-made laws. And he said the universe is going to give you these realities in existence, and the universe don't care whether you believe it or not. Either you vibrate and you tap in or you're not. It's going to exist whether you believe it or not. It doesn't care. Those that vibrate at that frequency will receive that vibration. He said, and those that don't will not. It doesn't care what you think. Either you in tune or you're not. He said the most important thing is this world is to vibrate and to balance your chakras. Your energy is your chakras. You got 7 chakras. You got root, you got sacral, you got solar, heart, you got throat, you got third eye, and you got crown. You got 7 chakras, 144. And we don't even know but 7 of them, and it's more than that. But he said if you vibrate on those 7 chakras and you balance them, he said then you'll live the life you're supposed to. He says it's very important He said, you used to always tell me you're your God and your devil at the same time. He said, you do not answer to something. He said, people can call you all type of names in the world, daughter. And like my mama said, you only answer to what you feel you resonate with. If they call you a name, like my mama said, did you answer to it? I said, no. She said, why does it bother you? I said, because words can hurt. She said, only if you resonate to those words. My daddy said, you only answer to what you think you are. And he's absolutely right. He said, at the end of the day, he said in the book of Proverbs, it tells you that whatever your thoughts are is what your reality is going to be. He said, you, your God and your devil at the same time. And he's absolutely right. He was absolutely right. He said, you have to stop doubting yourself. He said, every lesson you learn, once you learn that lesson, you got to shut that door. And the more that you ascend, the more that you grow, then you're going to leave some people behind. And you have to be okay with that because you've learned that lesson. You don't want to keep repeating the same lessons over and over again. You're on this world to have a passion and to fulfill your purpose. And when you find your purpose, whoever is supposed to be there, baby, gonna be removed. My mother told me that. You can't ascend with people that want to keep descending. He said, you can't be, my mother used to tell me that. You can't keep being with people that want to be a victim. You're victorious. Once you learn that lesson, you pass that baton. You graduated. You go to the next level. She said, my daddy used to tell me that all the time. If you're around somebody and they keep bringing up the past, you gotta let that person go. And you have to look at them and you have to tell them, sweetie, I could bring you with me, but I can't descend where you at. Once you learn that lesson, you got to move on. You graduated. That means that your God told you you graduated. You've learned a lesson, good and faithful servant. It's time to go to the next level. And you have to be comfortable with shedding people that don't serve you anymore. Those energies that don't mean you any purpose, it's time for you to ascend to a new energy. He said every time you leave one energy, you're going to get another one. Especially if it's toxic energy. And once you work on your chakras, then you'll find out who you really are. Everyone has a purpose in life. And that's what my daddy and my mother used to tell me. And it took me a long time to realize that. Because my daddy used to tell me and my mother, you speak life and death. There's power in the tongue. You speak your own demise. He said you, your God, and your devil at the same time. Nobody is whooping your ass. Ain't nobody kick your ass better than you. Once you deal with your childhood trauma, then can't nobody come in your face and tell you, you did this. You like, honey, please. Baby, bye. I already been there, done that. You need to work on your trauma. Don't worry about me. Worry about yourself. And my father tell me that. Worry about yourself. Because everybody's shoes you don't want to walk in, so be grateful for the shoes you got. Some shoes I don't want to walk in. Some people drama. I'm like, you know what? Thank you, God. Thank you. Because, man, I couldn't even handle that. Thank you for my problems and troubles. Thank you for my real rewarders. Because what you gave me was enough for me to handle. And I used to feel like sticks and stones can break my bones. And you know what? Sometimes words do hurt. But my daddy said, only way word can hurt you is if you answer to it. If you know that word don't qualify and don't fit your reality, then why you tripping? You getting upset about something that ain't even part of your reality. You letting somebody inflict pain on you. You like, baby, bye. That ain't my pain. Why you giving me your drama? Well, who you talking to? My daddy said you used to get so upset and people call you a name and people say this. Why you answering to it? Did you answer to it? I'm like, nah, so why you tripping? Is that who you are? No, okay then. Maybe they reflecting, maybe you brought a trait out of them that was already in them. Because you didn't pass that test. You just look at them like, child, baby, bye. You got some work to do. All you can do is laugh. Because you look at them like, baby, that boomerang, what they really telling you is, I'm mad because you didn't conquer something that I'm still dealing with. I used to have people in my life that would talk about the past and bring the past you and bring up the past. I'd be like, you know what? My father said, why you dwell on that? Don't you know that they're sick? Don't you know that they got demons and trauma that they ain't ready to let go? And because you have ascended past that, they mad at you? He said, so that's your fault. That's your fault. You invited that reality. That ain't part of your reality. If you know you conquered that, why you invite that reality into your space? You don't have to do that. You don't have to take on everybody else's. You don't have to be their victim. He said once you've graduated your trauma and you've accepted it, you've went past it, and you won't carry that burden no more. If somebody come with you with their trauma, you be like, baby, bye. Give them a scripture, say a prayer, give them some affirmations. Hey, take them to a spa. Shit, give them, hey, take them to Crevier Spa. Tell them to go to Crevier Spa. Get a chakra massage therapy. You know? Go get somebody, go get a therapist. Go walk on the beach. Go love yourself. Go give it to God. That's one thing I can appreciate by living by the ocean. Because when I feel all messed up, I can come out here and I can give it to God. I can come out here and I can talk to who I think and what I think God is to me. I don't have to be judged. I ain't got to have no image. God to me is sitting down here looking at the ocean in infinite darkness. Because God said, out of darkness came light. So I hope this helps somebody that's struggling and going through some things that I went through, and that I can share my story with you and let you know it's going to be okay. Deal with your trauma. Worry about yourself. Don't worry about what other people think about you. And if you get an opportunity to go visit the ocean or a river or a stream or some part of nature, go there and be grateful. Be grateful that God woke you up and let you see his glory, her glory, or whoever you pray to glory. Like my daddy said, go in the mirror, light a candle, and go say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to the God that looks like you. Be blessed.